Today we will discuss sexual minority rights, an important global issue. In the recent decades, there has been an unending stream of controversy and debate about sexual minority rights worldwide, and we have chosen to focus on this important topic. Let's start with the LGBTQ+ community and the current situation. As of December 2023, 36 countries worldwide recognize same-sex marriage and grant their LGBT citizens or almost rights. But 65 countries and 2 territories still criminalize same-sex sexual behavior. This discrimination goes beyond criminal law and extends to bullying and harassment in healthcare, employment, workplace, and beyond. One of the first dilemmas we face when exploring the struggle for rights of sexual minorities is the legalization of marriage. Opponents usually cite marriage practices in traditional societies and argue that procreation is a necessary purpose of marriage. Proponents, however, point out that the evolution of the institution of marriage has changed with the times, and heterosexual men and women who marry to form families will not be affected by the legalization of same-sex marriage. For instance, 2015, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled gay marriage to be legal. In addition to the legalization of marriage, the right of sexual minorities and transgender people to adopt is a highly controversial issue. Proponents argue that personality and gender role differences cannot be directly and uniquely influenced by the adapter, and therefore assessing fitness to adopt should not be based solely on sexual orientations. Opponents often cite statistical study by sociologist Mark Ragnerus, but this methodology has been challenged in the U.S. Supreme Court on several occasions. This physical and mental health of children are closely linked to family and community stability, not the sexual orientation of adoptive parents, and many professional associations have issued similar statements. In fighting for sexual minorities, the influence of celebrities cannot be ignored. In the music industry, Jolin Tsai gave a voice to sexual minorities with her song Rose Boy, whose title refers to Ye Yongzhi, who was often bullied by classmates for his gender identity and died in April 2000 after being found in a pool of blood. The song and the stories behind it were instrumental in social acceptance of sexual minorities and the legalization of same-sex marriage in Taiwan.
Taylor Swift has also expressed her support for the rights of sexual minorities in her music. The lyrics of "You Need to Calm Down" show her support and appeal to the world for the LGBT community by replacing GLAAD with GLAAD, G-L-A-A-D, the acronym for the U.S. Equality Act. The act aims to protect the LGBT community from discrimination and inequality by prohibiting discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity in many areas, including public accommodations, education, employment, housing, and credit. Their efforts and influence have strengthened the fight for LGBT rights and increased public awareness and understanding. Their actions have inspired more people to support sexual minorities and fight for equality and respect. As a result of these factors, the global struggle for the rights of sexual minorities is changing significantly. Countries and regions such as Slovenia, Taiwan, Thailand, and Japan have legalized same-sex marriage, while others have enacted anti-homosexuality laws. including Russia and Uganda. The struggles of sexual minorities and the enactment of various laws have also had a significant impact on all aspects of society. From a health perspective, several studies have shown that legalizing same-sex marriage not only has a positive impact on reducing stigma and discrimination, but also improves the physical and mental health of LGBT people. After the passage of gay marriage in the United States, the rate of suicide attempts among young people fell, particularly among gay and bisexual youth. However, in most societies where discrimination or ostracism is not legalized, children who display simple gender non-conforming behavior are criticized or punished by their parents and teachers, which can lead to bullying in schools. It also contributes to social stigma and reduces access to stable and open emotional relationships, increasing their risk of contracting HIV, human immunodeficiency virus. From a family perspective, the rejection of same-sex marriage in East Asian societies tends to encourage the phenomenon of homo wives and homo husbands. Under fertility and claim pressures, there are about 16 million homo wives and 4 million homo husbands in mainland China. The other party may have to put up with their partner's sexual frigidity and dysfunction. Not only that, but both discrimination and delegitimization lead to sexism. The hegemonic masculinity of the male community encourages men to directly discriminate against women, and even more encourages men to sweep away women's feminine qualities, contributing to fear and discrimination against gays and lesbians, LGBT persecution, and sexism. Finally, the struggle for the rights of sexual minorities goes beyond legal and political issues. We all have a duty to work towards an inclusive and equal society, where all are free to live and pursue happiness. As Lady Gaga said in her anthem for sexual minorities, Born This Way, you don't have to be born, you have your whole life to birth yourself and become what you imagined you could be. The self you are born into is not necessarily the person you will become.